If, as everyone knows, well, first off, let me start off by saying today is September 1st, 2018. But as everyone knows, yesterday was Aretha Franklin's funeral. And let me just tell you, that was probably one of the longest funerals I have ever seen in my life. Like the coverage of it started at 10 a.m. and that was just like coverage and people walking in and doing coverage from a studio. And then at around 11 o'clock or a little after 11, that's when the actual service began. So it was like a tribute style. It was a very church like setting. So if you have attended a black church in your lifetime, or you still do, then you will be very familiar with the setting. It almost reminded me of Whitney Houston's funeral, when she had hers back in 2012. Except hers wasn't as long. I think hers was like 4 hours. But Aretha Franklin's funeral started at like 11 something, and it wasn't over till like 7 because I think Stevie Wonder closed it out. But it was very pretty decent. There's some people I wouldn't have gotten to do a tribute, but the ones that they did choose, as far as who we like, did a good job. But one person who was there that I felt did not belong there, when I saw them, I was like, I cannot believe he had the nerve to show his face. And that's this guy right here, Governor Rick the Snake Snyder. I have had an issue with this man for the last few years. Let me jog your memory. He is majorly responsible for what's going on in Flint, Michigan right now, still right now, with that lead poisoning in the water, in the water system that has affected a lot of black families. Many of them got sick. Many of them had to get displaced because of that, and many of them died, unfortunately. It became a worldwide story. And it's amazing because he tried to play it off and pretend like he did not know what was going on. And I noticed that when he got up to speak, well, first off, when he went up there and I saw him, I completely like tuned him out. But I noticed that like he didn't get a big thunderous applause like many of the other people that got up there to speak or do their tribute. Because the people know how shady this guy truly is. And I think he was only there because as governor of Michigan, he had to be there. It was a good look for the state. And because Aretha Franklin was a big staple of the state and the Queen of Soul, it was a good look for him. And I think I pulled something where it said he's about to be out of office next year. I say good, but he should have been out of office along with some of his constituents when all of that stuff came out a few years ago. I said it was amazing how many people around him in his cabinet ended up getting fired and removed, but he was still there. This guy is responsible for a lot of stuff that happened and still is happening in Flint, Michigan, especially the black people. And then had the nerve to speak on the behalf of a woman who was for black people. Are you kidding me? That is a slap in the face, not only to her family, but to her legacy. More so outside of what she did in the music industry. Because this woman had a lot of ties to a connection to a lot of people. Hell, even Minister Farrakhan was there. Now I don't know if he spoke or not. I don't think that he did. I wish that he did. I don't think he did because I think Nicole did a video about it. I think he should have spoke. That would have been intense. I would wonder what he had to say. I didn't know Aretha had all those connections back then. Not bad for a black woman back in those times. But yeah, Rick the Snake Snyder should not have been on the program. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. He shouldn't have been there. That's my opinion. I would have been like, no. I'm like, if Trump ain't, well, first off, if Trump wanted to invite himself, he wouldn't have, they know they wouldn't have put him on that list because we knew he wasn't gonna go. Same for Rick Snyder. Like, we cannot forget what this guy did or the part that he played in what happened and still is currently happening in Flint, Michigan. We can't. Like I say, he holds major responsibility because he is the governor. So he should know what's going on with the people that live in the state, not just where he, resides or whatever he chose to look over. That's really all I have to say. And Karma is a bad motherfucker. That's all I have to say. Rick the Snake Snyder will get his in the end. Don't know how it's going to be. Don't know when it's going to come. But it will be intense. And I hope that it's slow. And painful. Because had it been me, my punishment for him would be to drink. How long has this been going on for? About, 4 years? Drink 4 gallons of that tainted water. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be down below. I'll talk to you in the next one.